I'm Dan Wilton, the CEO of First Mining Gold. I'm going to talk a bit about a couple of the projects that we are advancing in Canada. In fact, two of the largest development projects in Canada that are not yet in construction. I'm going to make a few forward-looking statements here and move quickly through this because I don't have a ton of time. Really, our focus advancing, as I said, two main projects. Our Springpole Gold Project, which is located in northwestern Ontario, an advanced stage of environmental assessment, targeting submitting our final environmental assessment in July of this year. And our Dupparque Gold Project in Quebec, located about 50 kilometers north and a little bit east of Rouyn-Noranda, right in the middle of the Abitibi Gold Belt, one of the most prospective, sought-after gold districts in the world. I have a number of other projects, won't have time to talk about those much, but a number of other assets in the company that's important to understand. We've done a lot of work over the course of the last 5 years, really bringing partners in on some of the projects that we had. Our partners have spent probably $60 million on advancing these projects over the last 4 years and left us with some very valuable interests and stakes in the projects that we own. Sitting today at a market cap of about 125 million Canadian, 900 million shares outstanding, and well financed. We just closed an $11 million financing in December, largely supported by our existing shareholders and significant support from our board and management, including Keith Neumeyer, who's the founder and chair of First Mining. You can see the shareholder base there, largely, significant and growing management and director support of this company. And I think one of the things that investors can take away from this is we've got a great supportive shareholder base that's there to see us through to major, major milestones in this company. For context here, what we love about this chart is that it shows a lot of the larger projects in Canada. These are gold projects larger than 5 million ounces. Many of those are in construction. What that says to us is that these are the strategic assets in the gold industry. And if there's one thing that you can take away from Paul's brilliant presentation beforehand, is that the world is becoming far more acutely aware of political risk when you're assessing risk and reward in mining projects. We've got all of our ounces in Canada in outstanding jurisdictions and great regulatory regimes with which to move these projects forward. What we really love about that, though, is when you get through the existing projects that are in construction right now, this is the universe of buildable projects in Canada. And we've got 2 of the 10 largest and one of the most advanced with Springpole, really one of only a couple of projects that are going to get their environmental assessment approvals over the next couple of years. So trading at an outstanding value, this is a time, and I think, speak for First Mining individually, but gold developers as a group, you've never seen a disconnect as big as it is right now between the valuations of gold producers and the valuations of development projects, which is crazy because the producers have also not spent the time, capital, and energy in building their pipelines. Most of the projects they have to build, they've already built. So there is going to become a real shortage of buildable projects in the gold industry, especially in Tier 1 jurisdictions, coming over the next 3 to 5 years. And I think First Mining's portfolio is uniquely positioned to be able to deliver some of those projects when the industry is going to need them the most. And you can buy them today at literally the lowest valuation that I think we've ever seen for advanced stage gold projects in the industry. So we're at this point, and I think really almost the shortest point in the industry of this long downturn in the project development phase of the Lassonde curve. Lots of good value to come there. We think at the values that we've run our studies at today, which reflects this, and our Springpole project, its 2021 pre-feasibility study was run at $1,600 gold, and our Dupparque Gold Project, which we put out the PEA last year, run at $1,800 gold. So the spot price is still $200 above that. At those lower prices, we have approaching $2 billion, and we think far more than $2 billion of asset value in this company. And if you, like we, believe that we're heading into a period of higher gold price, the leverage that these projects have from a fundamental value basis to increases in gold price makes this an outstanding opportunity to be acquiring at a real low price in the market. ESG is a very important part of our business when what we're doing is a lot of environmental study and moving forward with the projects, working with Indigenous communities, and we're very proud of the work that we're doing on the ESG front. Just a little bit about Springpole. This gives the location of the project. It's about 100 kilometers from Red Lake, Ontario. So Red Lake is a great established mining camp. They've been mining in Red Lake since the 1930s. The economic study we put out in 2021 showed a net present value of just shy of $1 billion US. Very significant project and one of the most strategic projects for larger producers, because this is one of very few projects in Canada, really anywhere in the world, that can produce more than 300,000 ounces a year. So this is a project that is big enough to be meaningful to the largest gold projects in the world, the largest gold companies in the world, and in an outstanding jurisdiction with great infrastructure to move it forward. I talked about that leverage point. I think that's really important to look at. Every $100 on the gold price delivers an incremental $150 million US of NPV at Springpole. That's fantastic leverage to a rising gold price. The project has a small footprint, and this small footprint important from an environmental perspective, but it's also part of what delivers a low cost and very robust project. The deposit right now sits under the bay of a lake, and the development plan involves building 2 dikes, dewatering the lake. It's an open pit mine for the life of the mine, at which point the open pit fills back up. And so your net disturbance here is actually one of the smallest net disturbances of any open pit project probably in the world, and in advanced stages of environmental assessment. So we have submitted our draft EA in 2022, looking to submit our final environmental assessment. But this draft EA was reviewed by every regulator that needs to review it. We've received 1,600 comments from regulators, responded to those back and forth. We're very confident when we submit this final environmental assessment this year, we're in kind of a 12 to 15 month approval process. So making this really one of the next projects in Canada to get its environmental assessment approvals. Don't have time to really go into the exploration upside, but only to say significant opportunity to see this resource grow right near the existing resource. And on top of that, we've got 70,000 hectares of a district scale exploration opportunity around it, where our exploration team has done amazing work to really already make new discoveries, demonstrate new potential for potential satellite projects. But this is a district scale that is, again, one of the things that's really key for major mining companies to be looking at. We'll talk a little bit about the Dupparque Project, again, located in the middle of the Abitibi Gold Belt. This is one of the most sought after areas in the world to find gold. 2 past producing mines. We're sitting with a resource right now of about 3.5 million ounces measured and indicated, another 2.5 million ounces of inferred. We put out an economic study last year that showed a mine that can produce more than 200,000 ounces a year. Again, this would be one of the biggest mines in the province of Quebec, and at very attractive cost profiles. There's been an enormous amount of work done on this project, but we still think that we've only really scratched the surface here. It's got a very healthy grade, and it's one of the things that differentiates this project, one of the highest grade open pits in Canada. And again, similar kind of leverage to a higher gold price here. Every $100 in the gold price delivers you about 100 million US, 130 million Canadian of fundamental value. So you add that up with Springpole, that's to say every $100 in the gold price is about $250 million US of incremental value, and our market cap is 100 million Canadian. So 3 times our current market cap for every $100 on the gold price. I don't have to talk about the Abitibi as a district. You know, this is one of the most prolific gold areas in the world, and lots of opportunity for us to continue to grow this resource. both along strike in areas that have been underexplored because of previous property boundaries, and at depth. This is a deposit that really has only been explored down about 500 meters. Most deposits in the Abitibi go much further to depth than that. So we think, sitting from an in situ base of about 7.5 million ounces, if you count what was mined in the 30s to the 50s, lots of room for this to continue to grow. And I think we'll see continued exploration success from us here. But on short notice, just want to say thank you very much. And for more information, go to our website, www.firstmininggold.com, ticker symbol FF on the TSX. Thanks very much.